and welcome to the Don't You Know I'm Loco podcast. We're three cousins looking to break generational curses by sharing our mental health and healing journeys. Join me, Candy,
Lisa.
and
René.
as we talk about
The things we're not supposed to talk about.
Hi
What's
guys!
up?
Welcome back to our channel. We're recording this on a Sunday, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah. Our energy might be a little higher today.
Yeah, for real. Today we're gonna be talking about making friends as adults. I don't got no friends, just
So
like
hard.
three. But before we get to that, let's talk about challenges. Who wants to go first?
I'll go
Not all at
first since
once.
I'll go first since it was something about I talked about last week
Okay.
in
Okay,
the last
go for it.
episode. It was about my dad never saying "I love you" to me.
Uh-huh.
He said it to me this morning before we went back to California.
Oh,
my
that's nice.
It wasn't a challenge. It was more like a good
Yeah.
thing.
positive
That's
note.
perfect.
Challenge wise,
Oh.
like actual challenge wise,
That is so
I don't
cool.
really have any. It was a good
Wait,
week.
go
Uh-huh.
back. Go
Oh.
back. That is so awesome. I love that.
And it happened kind of because of the podcast. Like,
Yeah.
Candy's mom saw it and reached out to him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I talked to him last night when we were
uh,
watching the Dodgers game. Oh, it was when we were leaving. He was like saying bye, and
mm.
he was like kind of. He was. I wonder if he was like, because he was like feeling good.
Yeah.
He was like the way he was like telling me, like he was just so like, you know, I love Renee, right? You know, I love him, and I was like,
Aw.
of course, Nino. He's like, I mean, I love everybody. He's like, I just don't know how to say. He's like, I don't know when to say it, and I was like, it's just gonna come out natural.
It did,
Like
and
it's
it did.
okay.
It
I
felt
was like,
natural.
it'll just come out,
Mhm.
just let it come out. He's like,
Mhm.
okay,
Mhm.
like it was so cute. It was so
Yeah.
cute. But I know that is so awesome.
Yeah, he did say he was never taught
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah. That's what my dad,
Yeah.
because I had a conversation with my parents about the episode, and because I was like, Dad, you should talk to my Tío Hector, because my dad just started to tell us that he loved us recently too, and again because they weren't taught that, and he was like,
I don't think
like,
they
we
were
were
told that.
no,
Can
they
you
weren't taught.
imagine?
They weren't
Mm.
affectionate,
Yeah.
especially like growing up. They were not affectionate. Like how they
No.
showed that they were parents was by providing for them, right?
Mhm.
And that's how they showed love.
Uh-huh.
So like my dad was never like,
Mm.
he would hug us, like, but
Mhm.
like never told
Yeah.
us that he loved us. So
Yeah.
Mm.
I know it's cool to feel that, to be like,
It is.
what? Okay.
You
And
know-
now it's like we just anytime
It's
I leave, it's like,
automatic, huh?
okay, bye, I love you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Mhm.
I love that so much.
I'm learning from you guys to be more, have more. What's the word I'm looking for? Grace towards them.
Mhm.
Yeah. Patience.
Patience,
and just
yeah, like, 'cause they didn't-
understanding.
They didn't know what stuff that we're learning.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of it. They're like, oh, it's just mumbo jumbo stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
crybaby
Mhm.
stuff, and it's like no, like feel it too. You can feel it too. You
Yeah.
could feel like not feel those. You
Yeah.
know.
It's true, because I was listening to another podcast and they were talking about basically we're a blank slate and we're programmed by our parents,
Ah.
and they're plugging the program that they were programmed with,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And so if you want to see change, you have to be the one to start a new program,
Mhm.
rewire your program. Like that
Yeah.
that conversation went to a whole like we really are in the matrix, because
Yeah.
everybody's programmed, right? Like you don't see it that way, but you are,
shit.
you know?
Uh-huh.
Holy crap.
So our
Yeah.
parents were not told they were loved or showed affection.
Uh-uh.
So they thought they were doing, this.
Uh-huh.
They were being parents too,
Yeah.
but it's a cycle that has to be
Mm.
broken.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you got that,
Yeah.
and for you to be vulnerable enough to say that you needed that,
Uh-huh.
speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. For you to be,
Uh-huh.
because especially as a man, like, how in the previous episode, Partita was talking about no homo or this and that.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
it literally made your day, and it literally has been what, like,
Yeah.
for you to be vocal about that, I think speaks
Uh-huh.
volumes. Like, you're growing to be able to be vulnerable and say that.
That is so cool.
We're
Good job,
growing.
Nino.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Dad.
that's you.
Thanks, Tia. Thanks, Tia.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
For all the...
Oh, that's cool. I'm glad. Good for you.
Yeah.
I know. I don't think I have a challenge. I do have to thank Lisa because I made an appointment to start with a new therapist for EMDR and a different type of therapy called IFS. Insert here what IFS means because I forgot at the moment. But she's a Latina, and so I have my appointment on Friday with her because I was like, my somatic therapy is ending soon, so I'm like, okay, what's next? Oops, yeah, what's next? So yeah, that's next on my list, and I'm excited for it because I'm like, I had a conversation with Fernando, and then I had a conversation with Renee about like I want to try all the different things because I want to see which one works best for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be stuck in one and be like, oh, okay, well, I'm not moving, right? And so I'm like, no, I want to try everything, see which one works, and then keep going on with that one because it's like, okay.
Yeah, because everybody's different too. Like, well, one thing that works for somebody might not
Yeah.
work for another, or might work for another person. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited, and I know that I'm very fortunate to be able to do that financially and just, having a partner who's supportive of that. Because some of these things are not cheap. And so being able to do them and just, not have to worry, I'm really grateful for that because I didn't have that before. And so it's nice. But yep.
Yay, Candy.
So thank you. I know, I even told her, I was like, I've seen so much growth in my cousin since she started this. And I'm like so excited for her. And I'm like, I want that too. Because I'm like with somatic therapy, I feel like I'm still like protecting myself and I can't get past that wall. And that's what I told the new therapist in my my consult. She was like, yeah, because that's your protective system. Like, it's not going to let you get there because it's protecting you because it knows what's past that barrier. And I was like, oh shit, mind blown. Like, I was like, okay, sign me up.
What's it called again? IFC?
IFS.
IFS.
I can look it up on my phone right now. I can give you guys a name.
I'll look it up. Okay. And I'll put it up so that we all know.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Oh, it stands for Internal Family Systems Therapy. It's applying family systems concept to the intrapsychic realm. It proposes that individuals' subpersonalities interact and change in many of the same ways as do families and other human groups. So the way she kind of explained it was like it's parts therapy, where and we hit some of that in somatic therapy, where it's like you're talking to your different parts. So again, it's like woo woo, but it's like but it helps. But you have no idea how much it helps. But yeah, I'm excited. So we'll keep everybody updated on it.
Let us know. Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Like really, thank you because I probably never would have gone there if it wouldn't have been for you. Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. What about you, Lisa? Any updates?
Okay, so this is what I want to talk about. Okay. This has been my challenge. Actually, I missed last week because I was sick, and that's why we're recording on Sunday. But previous to that, my last appointment, like, okay, first let me tell you guys the process of it, because it is like it does sound a little mumbo jumbo because okay, so I think I explained it to you guys before when it's the movement and then it kind of like untangles everything, right? So there's been so much space in my head that I don't know what to do with. I don't know what to do with, like I start school again like next week or 2 weeks, but because I was like, okay, I'm going to use this time. This is perfect, right? This is what I wanted it for. But now I'm kind of like, what else am I going to do? What else or what else? But I'm like, okay, girl, chill, But it's just so, okay, going back to the process. I'm sorry. I know I'm all over the place, but I'm just
You're
so
excited.
excited.
You're excited.
Get this out. Okay, so originally, we go into my first incident, right? My first incident, my first traumatic event that occurred, and I was 4 years old, right?
Wow.
So like I was able to, through, I don't want to say hypnosis because it's not hypnosis, but it's like while the processing of the eye movement, because the eyes are moving, right? So it's like making muscle in your brain, right? So with that, you kind of go in a little bit of a trance, you go back into that scene of where you're at, and you're able to talk to yourself, you're able to like communicate with yourself, and you're able to communicate with your predator or whoever, what it was. And for me, it was, the predator. I was able to say like, stop. What are you doing? And it was, you guys know I'm very spiritual. I love my Jesus and everything, but it was like when I was in that trance and I was like saying this to me, like saying this to him, it was as if like a demon came out of him or something. Like it was just like, and then it was like, I don't know. And like the more, every time I go into it, I see more and more and more, right? And then it leads to other stuff too, where I'm like, what the fuck? Did that really happen? Like, oh shit, right?
Oh, shit,
but
yeah.
you're able to look at it with compassion. You're able to look at it because it's you. It's little you, and you're going to do everything like as an adult. Like when you see a child, you want to protect the child. You want to like do everything for them, right? When it's you, that's like hell no, like, but you don't even, at first I was like that. I was like angry, right? I was angry because it was done, right? It was done. I was a baby. But it was like, as soon as I got rid of like that, because I was angry. And then like towards the end of that session, that's when it like clicked, like, what shit did he go through? What shit, I mean, going into like the whole generational thing, can you imagine the shit like people that like our family and have gone through, and it's just like generation that it's just like it was like normal, and it was just like so yeah. I need to breathe. But it's powerful, as in like when you look at it that way, you don't have that anger, you don't have that, it's just like a peace. It's a peace. You could go back, I can go back in there, but I look at it way different, and just little things like that. It just makes me feel good. It makes me love myself, I've never loved myself like that. Like, like just feeling like, you know what? Like I always crave love from everybody, right? Like I'm just a joyful person that I always start my day with like, Jesus, use me however you want to use me. Like let people see you through me, and just radiant. I just want to be radiant towards everybody, right? But it's like, what about me? Like do it to yourself too, and
We
it's
were never
like,
taught that.
no, not at
Love
all.
your neighbors. And
Yeah,
love everybody else, but never yourself.
yeah.
Like, what?
and I don't feel like, oh, I need that, like, but because I have like the Jesus part where he's just like everything, right? He just comforts me. He gives me that peace, right? Aside from all the therapy and everything, it's just like an addition, right? And you guys, it feels so good.
That's
It feels
great
so
to hear.
good. It
It's
feels
I'm
good.
so proud of you.
Same
Thank
here.
you.
I think this is the first time you've ever out loud said the trauma that you've been through.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of you, because even in the beginning of these episodes, you wouldn't say anything, like, but you feel comfortable enough, and you're
I'm
so like,
extremely surprised right now that I just said that.
but you felt it. And you
Yeah.
being vulnerable is such a strength. That's something that I learned in one of my recent sessions, is like, what's one of your strengths? And then I was like, well, vulnerability is always looked to be weakness, right? But it's a strength, especially to be vulnerable in public, on a platform where everybody else has access to it. But it's so like, you're very strong to be vulnerable like that, to leave yourself open like that, because it also leaves that to people who might relate. you know, and be
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, look,
Mhm.
they went through
Mhm.
traumatic shit and they're able to end up on the other side of it and
Mm-hmm.
love themselves and have such a better life because of
Mhm.
it,
Absolutely.
like big time. And I just wanted to tell you that I'm proud of you. Like, it
Thanks,
makes me
buddy.
so happy to see the light in your eyes that
Mm-hmm.
hadn't been there for a while. Like, it's so cool to see you like happy and thriving and just,
Mm-hmm. No longer just surviving.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Let it out. But it's true. Because then I think the other thing is that we don't take compliments when it comes to that.
Oh my
Like,
God, that's the
we
worst.
struggle with that.
We
Like,
do.
Tony is always like, great episode and this and
Yeah.
that. We're like, oh, thanks, you know.
Yeah.
But no, it is, you
It
know,
is.
because to us, I feel like sometimes we're like outside looking in, where it's like, it's just something that we're doing and we don't take a second to realize we're being vulnerable and we're
Mhm.
having conversations that we were taught not to have, and we're
Mhm.
growing and we're making it normal in our family for this, right?
Mhm.
And I don't think we give ourselves enough credit for that. And I didn't realize that until that session, because she was like, no, you're vulnerable. That's very strong. That's a very
Yeah.
strong quality to have, because a lot of people hide that, or a lot of people don't want to show that side because they're
Mhm.
scared of what people will say.
Yeah.
And she's like, but in your vulnerability, you're helping other people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
guys. You guys are,
Mhm.
man, you guys have been so
All three of us
supportive.
support each
Yeah.
other.
God, I love you guys so much.
You
I
too.
love you
Love you
too.
too.
Mhm. That's exciting.
And this is just like the beginning
This
too.
is the
Yeah.
beginning.
We just
Uh-huh.
started.
Yeah.
That's cool. If we think about like a year ago where we were
Oh
just
my
starting
gosh,
this, right?
that's
We were just
right.
starting this. We're coming up on the year. By this time
Oh
last
my
year, we were already practicing.
gosh.
Mhm.
But just to see the growth within ourselves is like
Yeah.
unbelievable,
Uh-huh.
you know?
Uh-huh.
And I think we are connected more because of it, because we kind of use each other as like
Mhm.
support. Like,
Yeah.
hey, you know, it's cool. We
Mhm.
talk about therapy, we talk about
Yeah.
everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's cool to go through that with somebody.
Mhm. It is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
excited for where we're
Yeah.
gonna end up. I was like,
Mhm.
we're gonna end up having new lives over here. But I'm proud of us.
Yeah, same here.
Make sure to be proud of yourselves out
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Yes.
You could be proud too.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about making friends. I don't got any friends. I'm very selective with my friends. I feel like growing up, like you were saying about needing that love from somewhere else, that was me
Yeah.
growing up. Like, I wanted all the friends and I wanted everything, and I always wanted to make everybody happy. Literally, my best friend and I have been together since we were 14.
14?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, because we met in quinceañera classes.
That's where you guys met?
Yeah.
Are you serious? At St. Pius?
Yeah, at St.
Oh
Pius.
my God, no way.
Yeah, and it's funny because we're like so connected. I know, because even her dad's side of her dad's from like Linwood. So my mom and Desiree's tia went to school together.
Wait, pause. You guys didn't go to high school together?
No.
Shut up.
No, she went to Kennedy and I went to
I didn't know
Western.
that.
I thought you guys both went to Western. Oh my gosh.
No, and that's
crazy.
That's why her boys are like, you really are best friends.
Yeah.
You didn't even go to the same
You guys
school.
went to the same school.
Like,
oh my
no,
gosh.
no, we would hang out, and then like, yeah, we were just inseparable since then.
Wow.
But yeah, we've grown, and like now our husbands are friends and they get along, so it's like so cool.
Yeah.
So
wow.
yeah, she's
cool.
definitely my best friend. I have other friends that I've kept over the years too,
Yeah.
like in touch here and there. But here in Vegas, I don't really have friends.
No.
I have one friend here. Chris,
Yeah.
wherever you're at in Vegas.
Hi, Chris.
What about you guys? So and it's funny, right? Because you guys know Desiree, but like I know Tara and Michelle, and then your friends are Chris, and then I always hear you talk about Jackie.
Oh yeah, Jackie.
And
Marisela. And Araceli.
Araceli, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that's not Korea.
Korea.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, are you even friends if your family doesn't know you're friends? But yeah,
I've had to cut friends out.
Mm-hmm.
Boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
there's also that of setting boundaries with people.
Mm-hmm.
They cross it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you just outgrow people, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about being friends as adults. Being lonely can be as damaging to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day.
Yikes.
Wow.
Is that real?
That's supposed to be a study.
Get lonely.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's really sad.
Mm-hmm. So we're using Chat GBT now. Okay, so from Chat GBT, the characteristics of a good friend. A good friend can mean slightly different things to different people, but there are some core characteristics that tend to show up across the board. Here are some key ones. Loyalty. A good friend sticks with you through ups and downs. They don't disappear when things get hard. Trustworthiness. You can count on them to keep your secrets, tell you the truth, and act with integrity. Supportiveness. Whether you're chasing goals or going through something tough, a good friend encourages you and offers emotional and sometimes practical support. Good communication. They listen, like really listen, and communicate openly. They don't just wait for their turn to speak. Respect. A solid friend respects your boundaries, opinions, and differences. They don't belittle or try to control you. Empathy. They can put themselves in your shoes and genuinely care about how you're feeling. Reliability. They show up when they say they will. You don't have to question if they'll follow through. Fun to be around. While depth matters, good friends also know how to make you laugh and bring joy to your life. Non-judgmental attitude. You feel safe being your true self around them without fear of harsh judgment. Forgiveness. Nobody's perfect. A good friend is willing to forgive and work through conflict rather than hold grudges. Are you thinking about your own friendships or maybe trying to be a better friend yourself?
Oh. That's funny because I was thinking about trying to be a better friend myself.
So we put up questions on our Instagram. So if you're not following us on Instagram, get on there so that you can chime in here, okay? We asked, how do you make friends as adults? And our cousin Erica said, connect with people.
Hello.
Hi. Connect with people who have similar values as you. They can be through social media groups, etc.
That's a good one.
And then our cousin Frank said, by the way, go back and listen to Frank's episode if you haven't listened to it. And this definitely will make sense. Yeah. Frank says, for him, he lift weights. You lift weights? Okay, we're friends.
Okay, so I see the Neanderthal is not too far from that. Just kidding, Frank.
Max, Lisa's boo, says one thing he's heard is to build trust with people and relationships. A good strategy is to ask them for a favor or for help, like asking somebody for a ride to a place or to pick you up. I think subconsciously it shows them that you can trust them and that they're important to you. For some reason, asking someone for help makes a way stronger connection than you offering to help them. That's interesting.
That makes sense.
It does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it takes a lot to ask for help.
Yeah.
It does.
Big time. To be of service.
Oh, I have one on my phone that my friend told me. I had a conversation with her, and I just, I was just gonna share it with you guys real quick.
You guys on the on our our sheet for today, our episode. Renee put pictures of friends. I forget their names. The guy from
Circle
Scrubs.
JD.
Oh, okay. The guy from Scrubs.
I love that.
Romy and Michelle.
Judy.
Cher, and I can't remember her name.
Dion.
Dion, yes. Dion and Cher. Bert and Ernie. Of course, Seinfeld, Renee's favorite. You're missing Woody and Buzz.
Oh, yeah.
Woody and Buzz. That's where the whole "You Got a Friend in Me" song came from.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
They like couldn't stand each other in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's how one of my friends was like, "I thought you were a bitch." I was like, "I thought you were a bitch too." Talk to you. Turns out, we were, but we just get together. Yeah. Another thing that's like, "You're my favorite bitch to bitch about bitches with." Like,
I love that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And people may be questioning, why are they talking about friendships?
Uh-huh.
But I think it's a big deal to like have connections like that.
Those are your people. Those are your,
Yeah.
Those are who you share your life with.
Like
That's important.
Yeah, like one of the first things you do is find somebody to talk to. Like,
I think having friends is a good like boundary to have, because a lot of times we're like, we don't need friends, we got family, right? We got cousins, but like if you think about it, then you're just sticking to the same the same
mentality,
programming,
maybe.
right? Because we're all programmed the same. So
Yeah.
when you meet other people, like they start opening your mind to different things.
Like, why? What? You do that?
Yeah.
That's so
Like,
true.
why your family does that? Cool. Yeah. So how to make friends as an adult. Number 1, be intentional. Be open to opportunities and say yes to social events. Number 2, leverage your routine. Join classes, sports, leagues, or clubs. Not going to clubs. Don't be clubbing. We be clubbing. We be clubbing.
That was my part right there.
That was a Reneeism. Number 3, reconnect with old connections. Rekindle old friendships, not with any ex.
I put that too.
Okay.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I'm learning from my mistakes.
Another Reneeism. Number 4, be vulnerable and real. Other people are looking for connections too. Be honest and open.
Those are hard. Those are
hard. There's like a couple more I want to say.
Okay. First, 5. Make the first move. Don't wait for others to do the inviting. You do the inviting. Number 6, be patient. Adult friendships often develop slowly but consistent. Oh, be consistent. Sorry. I swear I know how to read. Let's go back to these. Talk about these. Let's talk about it. I do think like people with kids, they make friends with the other parents, right? Because they're always like this and that.
Sporting events.
With like joining classes, like leverage your routine. When I go to kickboxing, I'm like the first one out of there. Like I don't want anybody to talk to me, or I'm like, I clean my bag and I'm out. And they like take pictures or they do like stuff after, and I'm like,
I took pictures with them.
Renee.
That's funny.
I get that too. I like that too, where I'm like,
out.
Bye. Like even at work too, I'm like, you can call me your friend all you want, but I don't consider you my friend. Like you're my work friend. Past the parking lot, we're not friends.
I'm definitely trying to be more open to saying yes to things. Like, all right, you invite me, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna stay stuck home. Doing nothing. Except for this weekend, I didn't do anything.
That's funny. Yeah, I'm more of a homebody. And I think it's because I was in Las Calles, like out on the street from like 16 to 20 something, right? So I'm like, I think I did enough outside peopling. I'm good now. Like, let me stay at home. Yeah, because I was out and about everywhere.
Same.
All over Southern California.
Same here.
I think the military helped a lot with building those friendships. It was kind of like forced here. No, but like I am so forever grateful that I had the opportunity to meet Tara and Michelle, because man, we've been through marriages, divorces, marriages, divorces, kids, you know, like, and we're loyal, and just there's times where we don't talk for like a week or two or whatever. We don't text, and it's so weird, you know. It's like, oh my God, what happened, you know? But it's just like we just have that connection, and they know more. They probably know more about me than anybody, you know, like, because they were there in those times, those hard times, and you know, and I'm forever grateful. Like, oh, just love them.
I think I was more brave back then to make friends than I am now.
Yeah. Like alcohol, or what is it? The liquid courage?
Yeah, definitely. And like even through like social media, right? I have a friend that I made through being Cowboys fans and like just being in groups.
Yeah.
And she lived in New York, and then I was
That's
like,
right.
yeah, I met up with her one time, and then we just
Yeah.
would talk and text and all of this, and even like one time I remember I was gonna go out there, and like the crystals were like, it's gonna be like an old man when you get there, like there's gonna be somebody catfishing you. I was like, shut up, no. But yeah, we're still friends. Like we're friends, and like I've seen her,
Gosh,
you know, through her family. Yeah, and I'm like, that's cool, and like I'll check in every now and then to see how she's doing. So I'm like, your mom, like, I know you're busy. And so, you know, that's another thing, right? Like, I understand a lot of my friends, my friend with kids, right? And my sisters with their kids, right? That I'm like, okay, I have a lot more free time on my head. Yeah. So like, if you don't get back to me, that's fine. I know you're busy. Yeah. Like, I know, you know, half the time when I call my sister, the kids are yelling in the back, and I was like, can I just talk to my sister, please? But yeah, we've gone through all stages of life, and it's like cool, right? To see like the growth and be like, oh shit, like I'm a whole ass wife. Happy anniversary, babe!
Oh yeah,
today's
show
our
your
6th
shirt.
year. It says Mrs. Herrera, established 4/13/19.
Yay! 5 years, right?
6
years.
6
Oh
years.
yeah, 25.
Yeah, we've been married for 6 years and been together for almost 11.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think this year's probably the best year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
You guys are both growing.
Yeah.
I think I've grown so much. Like, he's grown over the years, and he's been so patient with me, and I'm so grateful for that, because I was a hot mess express, and, like, he didn't give up on me. Yeah, he didn't give up on me, and I was like, look at me now. I'm finally becoming a partner.
Do you consider him your best friend?
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's him and Desiree, but...
Yeah.
It's funny because on the first day that Desiree met Fernando, it was like we were doing something for my birthday, and she was like, "Who is this guy? And why is he like joining in on our birthday, right?" And we were like dancing, and Fernando was trying to dance with me, and then Desiree was like, so like Desiree was dancing with me behind me, and then like Fernando was dancing in the front. And I was like, I always tell her, he knows this place. He knows that you were here before. But yeah, and it's funny because I was like, am I your best friend? And he's like, yes, you're my best friend. And I was like, nobody is, because I want to tell him everything. And I just like, I've never had that where like this person wants me to do good, and he like, just for myself, like not even to benefit him. And that's why I'm like, this is cool. Like, I do want to travel the whole world with you. I want to see everything with you. And I'm just glad that I finally have stepped up my game to be the partner that he deserves, because I have not been like, I've been not selfish, but I think I've just been oblivious to my lack of emotional intelligence. Like a lot of my own flaws, like I don't think I realized them, where it was like, oh, you just have to deal with it because this is how you got me as is. Yeah. no returns, no turns, like, right? As is, so deal with it. And now I'm to the point where I'm like, no, that's not cool. Like, you need to show up the way that he shows up for you. And I think I'm getting closer to that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
For the past, I mean, we've been together for almost 11 years. He's like, like I said, I've been a hot mess and he's just been so patient with me. And I'm so grateful for that because I'm like, cool. Now I think I'm finally becoming the partner that you deserved this whole time. But yeah, I would say he's my best friend. They're like tied for first. But
yeah. I think that's like a beautiful thing, marrying your best friend. Like,
Oh
I
my
think
gosh,
that's how it should be, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. Like
that's how I see my parents. They're best friends.
Yeah.
They fight a lot.
Yeah.
They argue.
Yeah.
Not fight, literally.
They argue.
They
Sorry
argue.
for putting it that way.
Yeah.
Words are important. That's what I've learned too. Words are very important.
They argue like every other couple, I guess.
They bicker. That's what
they
family
bicker.
do.
But they're best friends, and that's what best friends do too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm trying to think of. I think I'm a good friend. It's funny, right? Because I always call my best friend's kids my kids. So I'm like, how's my baby, or how's my this, or like, and my sister's kids are my babies too, right? And I'm like, those are my kids too. Like, we're in this together. But yeah, I think showing up matters, especially for friends. You know, like even if you're in different stages of life, it's important to show up for them.
I'm glad we had this episode because I need to be a better friend.
So do I.
I need to be a better friend. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The things I need to work on.
And it can be something little like checking in on them, or
Yeah.
sending them a $5 Dutch Bros, you know, like whatever, you know, like, hey, have a drink on me or whatever, you know.
Oh
like,
my God, what a great idea.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
Desiree's done that to me, that's why.
Oh.
Or like we would I don't really drink Dutch Bros because there's coffee at home. I coffee a la casa, right? Because it adds up.
But there's around the corner from your parents.
Yes, there is. Yeah, because we always talk on our drive to work, both of us. And so she's like, "Are you at Dutch Bros yet?" And I'm like, "Not yet." And then I'll be like, I'll open it and she'll have sent me like a freebie that she got. She transferred it to me, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Like just little things like that, just to even be like, "Hey, I'm thinking about you," or whatever. Like, "Hey, good morning." Like even the other day, my sisters were like, my little sister was like, "Oh, good morning, have a good day," whatever, right? It's a good way to start, like a positive note to let people know that you're thinking about them. So I think that's important. Like, there's always room to grow.
Yes.
Let's see.
Sports. I used to play basketball, basketball a lot, so that was kind of like my friend group too. Well, Tony, my cousin Tony, was on the team.
But all the guys, you guys were all,
I think almost everybody has been on the team. Jason, Jonathan was on the team for a little bit.
Oh wow.
We played flag football together, so like sports wise, that's how we bonded.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think that's so cool that Tony's siblings, Tony, my tío Pete plays, right?
He still plays.
Frank's,
oh my God.
Yeah. Frank's son plays, right?
Son.
And I know Frank said he played for a little bit too.
Yeah.
I think that's so cool. Like that's something extracurricular that they do together, right? That's cool.
That's the one thing I do miss about living in California.
I can see that.
Sports, playing sports, like over there. But my body's getting beat up. I'm retired. I'm in better shape now than I was before because I don't play sports because I'm not
injured and stuff. Yeah.
On my back.
Classes and sports. So when I did that sewing class, I was like, me and the lady were like interacting, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I can make friends, but I was like, okay, I've gotten a lot more like less antisocial when I'm out, where I'll have conversations with people, because before I'd be like, don't talk to me, like don't make eye contact. But yeah, I think that's a good idea, like join classes or like sports. Rekindling old friendships, I feel like maybe not. Because I feel like maybe you've grown, and like, are they gonna expect you to be the version that you were when you guys were friends, or are they gonna, you know, like, because I do think some people go into it thinking like, oh, we're back to how we were before, you know, like, no, this is a new version.
I have like with Judy, like we reconnect like maybe like once a year, or like
that's cool,
you know, like on Instagram and stuff, like, or the songs that we hear, whatever, we'll screenshot it and send it. That's always fun.
When I think of Judy, I think of the song "I'm a Gigolo" by who is it? "I'm a Gigolo." R. Kelly.
Yeah.
R. Kelly, right? think of that song.
Is that how it goes? I don't think that's how it goes. Is that?
I don't know.
No, you don't know that song?
I know the song, but I don't know if that's what it says. Does it say?
Yeah.
Sounds like
maybe.
before my time.
Yeah, it was in the early 2000s. We used to go party all the time. It's an old song.
That's funny. I'm trying to think of who else. You know what's funny? One of my elementary school friends, we're still friends on social media, and it's cool to see. Like, that's cool. Like,
that is cool.
Social media friends, I think, is different
Yeah,
than
I
like
think so. That's
in person, real life friends, right?
Yeah.
Like, I have friends. I have friends that I'm like, oh, how's my internet niece, internet nephew doing, right? Like that. I think social media has definitely opened like more to have friends from afar, like people that you know, whatever. But yeah, even on that platform, the Whatnot platform, the auction one, the shopping one, there's like, you see people that are in these live auctions often, and then they're like, hey, so and so, like blah 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 blah, and then I was like, not you guys making internet friends on the app. Yeah,
how cute.
I was like, oh, okay. But yeah,
but definitely stay away from, I think, somebody you had like a relationship with. Like, I think that's too hard.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna ask too. Do you think you could be friends with an ex?
I was trying to recently, and I can't do it.
No.
I say no all the time. I'm like, we're not friends. We can't be friends. Like when we're breaking up or whatever, it's like we can't be friends. We're not friends. I have enough friends.
Yeah, I have enough friends. Plus, I'm gonna go talk to them about you.
That's funny.
Can't talk to you about you.
That's funny. Oh my god! I always think about when I see them on Instagram. They're like, parents are like, "I'm not one of your little friends," and then it's like later on, your mom is like your friend, right?
Yeah.
Like me, my mom. I always say my mom is my homegirl because I be telling her all kinds of things. She be knowing stuff my sisters don't know. You know, like I'm like, that's my homegirl. Like, I just think it's funny. It's like, I'm not one of your little friends. I'm like, yes, you are.
That's how me and my daughter are too.
Yeah.
Like her dad will be like, "Oh, we're going here, or going to San Diego for the weekend, or whatever it is, you know." And he's like, "You can bring a friend." She's like, "Can I bring my mom?"
Oh my god, have you seen that one? It's like, why are you still talking to my ex? And they're like, that's my dad. Like, I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. Oh my god.
And on the real, I don't think it's good for mental health to talk to your ex.
No, because then it's
They're an
like
ex
you're
for a
still
reason.
yeah. I feel like you're still checking up, or you're still feeling you need to just cut the snake's head off.
Like that.
Oh my god! Do your parents have friends?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they have friends.
I know your mom does.
My
She
mom
be having
always
her
has
church
friends.
friends.
She's
She's always had friends. Good for her.
Always had friends.
Good
Yeah.
for her. My mom, I remember she had a friend that we used to every now and then we would meet up with her, and go to like the beach or something like that, and that was cool because I was like, oh, you have friends? That's cool, right? And then right now that I think about it, Cito is technically Cito is technically not our uncle, but we grew up with him being our uncle. Like that's my Theo Cito. Like,
how funny!
I don't know who he's related to, but that's my Theo.
They met through Alma. Rest in peace.
Anna.
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 Well, Alma's a friend too of theirs too. Yeah.
Okay.
They met through Anna, and then that's how they met Ciro. Yeah. That's how.
Wait. Anna's related to you guys?
No.
She was friends with my mom.
Oh, friends with your mom first. Okay.
That's how they met.
You're in
Rest in peace.
Cito won your parents for the divorce.
Yeah.
Like, that's my family. Yeah, for real. That's funny.
Wow.
Yeah, because even Jonathan was in My Quinceañera.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right.
He was. That's right.
Oh my gosh, Jonathan.
Those are my cousins. Those are my cousins. Yeah, like I seen this. I'm telling you, I be on the internet all the time, guys. I seen this one thing that's like, what are if your mom's best friend has kids. What are they to you? And then everybody's like, my cousins. And then like they ask black people, they ask brown people, and then they ask white people, and they're like, my mom's best friend's kids. And then they're like, no.
What the hell's wrong with you?
What the heck? No, those are your cousins. I was like, those are your cousins. Talking about.
And Karen has a podcast too.
Oh, does she really?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I heard a few episodes.
No way.
Yeah.
What is it about?
Her and her sister just talking about like growing up.
Family.
What is it? Two sisters from
I don't know.
some
different
misters? Yeah, something like that. It's pretty good though. Yeah. Shout out to Karen.
I did listen for a while. I didn't think they had any updates yet, but I'm gonna follow back up.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
But my dad does have friends actually. He has soccer friends.
Oh.
And he still plays soccer every now and then.
My
I'm like, are you crazy?
Oh my gosh. My dad has friends. My dad he had a friend, I can't remember. Oh, his name was Alex, and I remember him. He would come around all the time too. And then who else? I'm trying to think of. Now he has the neighbors are his friends.
One across the street.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was like, oh, that's cool. That they have friends, Like, I guess that's you're a person too, right? You have friends. Yeah. What do you feel about making the first move with friends?
Oh, I'm terrified of that.
Me too. Like, what if I'm like, let's go here, and you're like, no. I'm like, fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's funny. Be vulnerable.
I think another good way is to walking the dogs.
Oh,
like I'm always talking to people out there.
That's right. That is good. Dog parks are good too.
Dog parks.
Oh yeah.
If your dogs are cool with other dogs.
Yeah, that's true. I know Fernando be making friends so easy, and I'm like,
he does.
How do you know all of that? Well, I was talking to them. I'm like, oh, what the heck? Not me. I'm like, hi, hello. But
walking dogs is a good one. I always talk to people out there. There's this young lady I'm hoping to run into again. I'm not gonna say her name just in case she somehow stumbles on this.
She scans your cup or something.
What? That's funny. Oh, the other day I went to a yard sale and I had my sweater on, and the people who were having the yard sale, the guy goes, "Oh, I gotta get that for my wife," and then she's like, "What? What is it?" And he goes, "This is Don't You Know I'm Loco," and I was like, "Oh, that's our podcast," and he's like, "What?" And I was like, "You can scan the QR code." And he's like, "Okay," and so he tried, but it didn't work. But then I was like, "Oh, I have it on my phone too. You can scan it right here. It takes you right to everything." I was like, "Oh, cool." I was like, "Okay."
Ooh, I went to Madhouse Coffee. Shout out Madhouse Coffee. They still have our sticker up.
They used to be tagging Vegas.
I know, like, sticker, need a sticker. Drive-thrus.
That's true. They'll tag up somewhere. I mean, I don't go anywhere; it just works. So
or gas station at the gas pump.
That's true.
It's all like in my car.
That's
I gotta start
funny. Doing that. I did want to go back to reliability. That's something that in one of my friendships, like, was an issue. Like they would, we would make plans and then they like wouldn't show up, and like that sucked, and like I wouldn't say anything, and then somebody else said something for me, and then it never happened after that. Like nobody ever like canceled plans, and I was like, that's true. Like when I was reading the thing earlier, I was like, oh, that was with that, right? And so I think communication is important in friendships, because you gotta be like, hey, like this bothers me, or like, hey, you know what, it hurt my feelings. And I think sometimes we're scared to have those conversations.
So true.
Or like even with certain people, it's like, I know I can't have a conversation about such and such because they're gonna take it the wrong way, like. So I think communication and knowing like your communication style with them is important, right? Because
point.
Especially because we're growing, like they're used to X version of you, right? And this new version is like you're changing, like you're growing, and so it's like you have to have friends that are okay to grow with you and that are not going to hold back to the old version of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, that's good. Because that's exactly that's describing my friendships with like Michelle and Tara. Like when we meet up, we'll meet up for coffee or breakfast or something. And they already know I'm going to be late. So they already know like, okay, you know, a specific time or whatever. And I try so hard. Like, because I think one time, like 10 years ago, I don't remember who said it. I want to say Tara, maybe that, you know, like don't be late or something like, or at least it's going to be late or something. I don't remember. I really don't remember how or what, but since then it stayed in my head and I try my hardest to never be late with them or and they've actually told me, they're like, you're doing good. Like you're, you know, around the time, you know, and most people would be like, well, fuck you. No, like, you know, you're not here. Bye. Right? Like, and I totally deserve that. And the fact that they know that's how I am. And then I have no ill, you know, feelings towards like the reason why I'm going or I'm late or, you know, like you guys know my life.
Yeah. But the good thing is that you're being intentional about not wanting to be there, you know, like not wanting to be late. That's cool. I think that's important.
Trying.
Yeah.
Trying.
Yeah.
Effort.
Yeah, because you can't expect people to adjust to, you know, like just be like, oh, that's just the way she is, you know, but they're like, okay. That's why they just probably tell you 30 minutes before you're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And then you get there on time.
Yeah, that works. You guys know my secret.
Which quality is most important to you? Do you guys think?
Loyalty.
Loyalty?
Yes.
I want to say for me, empathy,
trustworthiness. I think supportiveness. So going back to me feeling like left out with my sisters, I had that conversation with Desiree before I even said it on here. And like she's always listening and she's like, well, you know, she always gives feedback and sometimes it's like she'll just listen and I love that it's like and then sometimes she'll be like no, like she's the type that will be like, no, get your shit together, like and that's the type of friend that's like you don't want a yes man to be your friend because that's not helping you grow. And so
stay where you're at.
Sure. And I think that's important, right, to be open and honest and like sometimes the conversations are hard to have, but it's important to have. See, that's why I only have one friend. She hits all of these. She hits all of them. Yeah. Loyalty, trustworthiness. That always reminds me of, I'm not going to tell nobody, just my best friend. Like,
your secret is safe with me and my best friend.
Yeah. Supportiveness. I like that it says chasing goals, right? Because then also there's things change. And so it's like, okay, this is what I'm at or whatever. Like holding people accountable, I think is important in friendships too. Like, hey, you said you weren't going to do this and you're doing it. Like, you know, it's hard to do that because then you're like, you don't want to step on people's toes, but it's like, would you want them to do that for you? Like,
I like that Fernando does that to me too.
Oh yeah,
he's accountable.
Yeah,
he does.
He does.
He's great.
He and when we first started dating, like I was like, you know, but he's that type of person. Like he's gonna hold you accountable and he's gonna tell you the truth. He's gotten a lot better in his delivery.
Yeah, yes. Sometimes his delivery was a little bit
in the back. Yeah. He's gotten more empathy now, and I'd like to take credit for that. Thank you. But yeah, he's also the reason why I've learned to just like be honest, because it's like be honest, like don't be scared to be honest, kind of thing. Like okay, yeah. And I look at his friendships, and I'm like, he's outgrown people and that's okay, you know, like sometimes people want to stick to that version of you and he's not that person anymore, and so yeah, he makes friends so easily and I'm like, no, I don't want to talk to no, like the Why my husband always trying to bring me on a date with double date? I don't want to talk to the wife or something like that. I've seen that one too, and I'm like, that's me.
That's why I wear headphones when I walk. Like the dog, not the dogs, but by myself. Like when I'm by myself, leave me alone. Dogs, okay.
Yeah, that's true. Girl, they need friends too. Kobe and Shaki are Chula and Darla's friends.
Oh, yeah.
I know. It's like my dogs don't have friends either yet. They have cousins. They need friends.
Lady's like the big older cousin. It just kind of goes around and just.
She's like, hey guys.
Yeah. I'll be upstairs with the cool guys.
Oh, lady. She's so cute. Oh my gosh. All right. Are you ready to get deep?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we got today.
All right. Oh, cool. Deep. If you won the lottery, what would you spend your money on? Oh, shit.
Travel.
Travel?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would buy a bigger house because my husband wants a bigger house to put a boat in. So
And a boat.
And a boat.
Well, now since we're not having a kid, a boat is definitely in the horizon. It's a lot closer too.
Ooh, that would be so
You
fun.
go to a river from here.
Yeah, that's always been one of his dreams. So,
oh my gosh,
I always joke with him.
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. And I was like, that's cool, right?
Yeah.
From playing boat in the old broke down Mustang to actually having a boat. That would be so cool. Yeah, I would definitely buy a bigger house, pay it off so I wouldn't have to worry about it. Fill it up with dogs.
Yeah.
Yes. I was gonna say dogs.
They would have their own rooms.
Yeah.
And travel.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Then I really could be a stay-at-home dog mom.
Yeah.
Start buying lotto tickets right now.
One thing for sure I'd get is a cook.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
A chef.
A chef.
We're going to be so screwed.
Oh
I'm doing better with my cooking.
Renee's learning. Renee's learning to cook.
Air fryer.
Yeah, that's the best.
A big thing is like prepping.
Yeah.
It
Or
is.
thinking of what to make. That's my hard part. Because then I just get tired and I'm like, oh, fuck it. DoorDash.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely a cook if you want to.
That's good. That's a good one. I never thought of that. I would definitely pay all my debt.
Oh, that too.
And then, shoot. I would like to buy like a cul-de-sac, and just whoever needed a place, and just like have homes. I don't remember. I just heard somebody say that they bought like a cul-de-sac and they had like their cousins, or their like cousins and his family. And then, I don't know. But I think I would want to do something like that, Maybe take a big vacation with everybody and just, pay for everything and wild out. No, I don't think I would wild out. I don't know. We've done stuff. We've partied, So we don't.
Definitely.
Dang.
I don't think I would do anything nightlife type. Like crazy like that.
No.
Get high?
Stay high.
Stay high.
Stay high. Oh my god, yesterday I was like, how often do you think Snoop Dogg is not high? Like,
I think he's not high more than he is high. No, he's high more than he is not high.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like,
or like if he
'cause
sleeps,
like,
if he falls asleep.
He probably doesn't drive. I wouldn't drive.
Oh, no, I wouldn't drive.
That's interesting.
You stay high all the time.
Damn.
Oh, get myself a driver while I'm at it.
Ooh,
Right?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Get a full staff, huh?
Oh my
Full
god.
staff. That's all I want. Like a full staff of people. A trainer, a
my
cook,
That'd be amazing.
Oh my god.
a driver. That's all I would need.
How funny.
I hope
What
one
would
of
you
us
guys
would.
do?
Driving me around in my Hyundai.
Oh no. That's funny. Oh my gosh. Ay, ay, ay. All right, so we're going to try something a little bit different this time. and we're going to be mentioning what our next topic is going to be out for next episode. Next week's episode is going to be from Tough It Out to Talk It Out. And basically, it's about showing past generations that it's never too late to heal. Kind of like guiding past generations through mental health and stuff like that. 'Cause I think that's important, right? Like, look at how much we've grown, and it would be cool to show them. I'm still trying to get somebody on here from that generation on here. But yeah, it's cool for them to see like how far we've come, and be like, hey, you can do that too.
Yeah, like we want to share it with you guys.
Yep.
Take a little stress off of you.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys.
So let us know.
Let us know any comments, anything you want us to discuss on this topic. What do you guys think about this topic? How do you guys feel about it? We'll put a prompt up with this one, and then also we've been putting up the deep questions as well. So chime in. We want to hear about that too. So yeah, interact with us more, guys. We want to hear from you too. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye. Thank you for joining us. If you are in need of any medical assistance, please contact your local provider. If you are having thoughts of suicide, please call the National Suicide Hotline at 988. In case of emergency, call 911. See you next week as we talk about
the things we're not supposed to talk about.